while it's got a lot of fans, it is also being attacked by some internet trolls.
Hollywood has long cast big-name white actors in roles where they play characters of a different race. It's called whitewashing, and there are growing calls for it to end.
Playing Helen of Troy, whose beauty was unparalleled, a woman who was definitely white is going to be played by Lupita Nyong'o. And I've got nothing against Lupita, but I do have a problem with the complete rewriting of history.
Once again, a bunch of internet racists are upset that a fictional character is being played by a black person.
They're very proud to cast a Latino actress as Snow White.
Yeah.
But you're still telling the story of Snow White.
Snow White, yeah.
Seven Dwarfs.
Sure.
Take a step back and look at what you're doing there. It makes no sense. You're progressive in one way, but you're still making that fucking backward story of Seven Dwarfs.
Issue with it is exactly what you said. There are actors, dwarf actors, that live, that dream to be in a major motion picture, such as this Disney remake. And now, because Peter Dinklage said what he said last year, now it's taken away. And it's taken away because of quote-unquote progression.
Aren't you annoyed by this whole discussion? Is it really such a big deal that Ariel became black? I loved Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury. Is it really such a big deal to have a predominantly male cast? I loved Three Angels for Charlie and Charmed. Is it really such a big deal to play a video game with a male hero? I loved Horizon Zero Dawn, Horizon Forbidden West, Tomb Raider, and I'm hyped for Law Faye, the new God of War game. So what is the actual problem then? Why is race or gender swapping such a point of controversy? In order to understand this fully, I think we have to go back. No, further. Even further than that. Yes. When did it start? And what does acting have to do with it? Here we are, 534 BC, the approximate birth of theater, and what sparked this art form into existence. In ancient Greece, where people pretended to be gods, peasants, kings, queens, boys, girls, monsters, murderers, lovers, and enemies, all for the sake of entertainment. And this is what we know today as acting. Pretending to be someone else. Or if you want to put it differently, gender and race swapping basically everyone. Put a mask on, I'm Poseidon now. Put another mask on, I'm Athena now. So before you click off, I wanted to go that deep so you understand where I'm coming from. Because this topic is a bit more nuanced than race swapping is good or race swapping is bad. So bear with me. Let's move on from the ancient Greeks. They were using masks to play every character, so there isn't much controversial stuff to find here, apart from the fact that women generally weren't allowed to perform and male actors played female roles, but hey, we're here to talk about another uncomfortable truth. So let's jump ahead. 19th century, women could now act professionally and often played young boys on stage. There we go, another gender swap. Or is it simply acting? Let's see. Can we find some race swapping in history? Oh shit.
Mammy, the sun shines east, the sun shines west.
The jazz singer. Wait. That's not race swapping, that's one of the most famous examples of blackface in early cinema, which sadly there have been way too many of them.
And it goes on. During the golden age of the Hollywood musical, Judy Garland.
When he walks down the street, folks will say, pleased to meet Mr. Franklin D. Roosevelt Jones.
Bing Crosby.
That's why we celebrate this blessed February day. Abraham.
And here's the weird irony. The jazz singer is remembered today for something deeply ugly. Blackface. And rightly so. But at the same time, it helped revolutionize cinema. It was one of the first feature films to successfully synchronize spoken dialogue with motion pictures. In other words, a film remembered for one of cinema's most embarrassing racial practices also helped launch the age of sound.
Wait a minute. You ain't heard nothing yet. Wait a minute.
Human history has a funny habit of putting progress and stupidity in the exact same room. Crazy, right? So for a long time there was blackface, yellowface, and all kinds of racial impersonations in entertainment. So when did things change? Let's move forward. Oh, wait. We need to go back? 1824, to theater. Oh, sweet theater. You stuck to your definitions. Acting is acting. Convince me and you get the role. Meet Ira Aldridge, one of the earliest and most internationally famous black Shakespearean actors. He played Richard III, Macbeth, King Lear, and of course Othello, a role that had often been played in blackface before him. So theater embraced colorblind casting decades before cinema. And from this point on, they've been remarkably consistent with that philosophy, which I personally love. The story and the performance matter more than the physical appearance. Okay? So when does cinema finally get it? Let's see. 1994.
Hereby order you to serve 2 life sentences back to back.
Send you here for life? That's exactly what they take.
I'm Mr. Norton, the warden. I believe in 2 things: discipline and the Bible. Here you'll receive both.
Why'd you do it?
I didn't, since you asked.
You gonna fit right in. Everybody in here is innocent.
Took you a while, Hollywood. The Shawshank Redemption. Oh shit, yeah, I remember that movie. Wait, who was originally white? Red? Really? The guy Morgan Freeman played? Shit. Oh, okay. So in Stephen King's original novella, Red was a white Irishman. Nobody cares today, because Morgan Freeman absolutely nailed that role. And this is where the things get interesting. Because if someone tells me race swapping is always bad, then I have to ask, even Morgan Freeman as Red? Even Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury? Even Ira Aldridge as Macbeth? Most people suddenly start making exceptions, but the opposite is true as well. If someone tells me race doesn't matter at all, then I have to ask, would they feel exactly the same about a black character becoming white? Many people suddenly start making exceptions there too. What I discovered while researching this topic is that almost everyone has exceptions. The debate isn't really about race swapping, it's about which exceptions we're willing to make and why. So why does it seem to upset so many people nowadays? And okay, wait, before we continue, there's something we need to clear up, because people throw a bunch of different terms into the same bucket, and they're not the same thing. Cross-casting is when an actor plays a character who doesn't match them physically. A woman plays a man, a black actor plays Hamlet, a white actor plays Othello. The character itself hasn't changed, the actor has. That's been part of theater for centuries. Race swapping is different. The adaptation changes the character. White Ariel becomes black Ariel. Nick Fury goes from white in older comics to black in modern films. The character itself changes. Then there's whitewashing. That's when minority characters are replaced by white actors. Historically, that happened a lot. And finally, there is blackface and yellowface, where actors weren't simply playing another character, they exaggerated racial stereotypes through makeup and performance. Those distinctions matter, because otherwise we're arguing about 4 different things while pretending they're one. Okay? Back to the topic.
Anyway, I did.
You most certainly did not.
Now, let's get one thing quite clear. I most definitely told you.
You did not.
Yes, I did.
You did not.
Yes, I did.
Didn't.
Yes, I did.
Didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, this isn't an argument.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't. It's just contradiction.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
It is not.
It is. You just contradicted me.
Why does it upset so many people? On both sides of the political spectrum? Well, it doesn't. At least not as many people as the internet would have you believe. The perception of a movie when it first comes out is often very different from how people view it 5 years later. The Star Wars prequels are a good example of that. So what's the pattern? Race swapping or gender swapping is largely irrelevant when it comes to acting itself. Theater proved that a long time ago. But why is it different in cinema? Because expectation and immersion are different. Cinema wants you to believe that what you're seeing is real, or at least believable. Theater knows that you know it's theater. Nobody's actually flying, nobody's actually throwing fireballs. And if someone tries with practical effects, you'll admire the creativity, but you'll still see through the illusion. When I watched Spider-Man as a kid, I wasn't thinking about practical effects. I was making Spider-Man hand signs and hoping a web would come out. That's the magic of cinema. But when a movie breaks immersion, authenticity, or simply has weak writing, the magic gets lost. Looking back at all this history, we can start to see why Hollywood still struggles. Racism, sexism, corporate greed. The uncomfortable truth is that studios rarely care as much as they pretend to. They care about what is profitable. And sometimes they care more about appearing progressive than taking actual creative risks. Hollywood rarely takes chances on original stories. And ironically, those original stories are often the ones that become cultural landmarks. Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, E.T., Alien, The Terminator. Independent filmmakers with a vision created these worlds. But Hollywood doesn't learn. They keep taking the same route. We've been doing this for 50 years and it works. And then somebody comes along and says, hey, I'd like to try something new. And Hollywood says, no, we've been doing this for 50 years successfully. And if you want to do that, do it without our money, eh? And then the person does it anyway, makes a fortune, creates a cultural phenomenon, and suddenly Hollywood shows up saying, we always believed in you. Now, listen, Hollywood, to me, random guy on the internet, and my mighty 15 subscribers. We want original stories, worlds we haven't seen before, heroes we haven't met yet. And if you want to be lazy, fine. Expand existing franchises, just stop recycling the same stories over and over again. Take Fantastic Beasts, remember that? We could have followed Newt Scamander around the world, different magical schools. He could have taken the job that Hagrid has in Hogwarts, I don't know what the name is. Okay, and then we could have seen Uguadu, Ivermoney. Sorry if I butchered the names, okay? I don't know if I pronounce them correctly, but you get what I mean. Just the different magical schools, magical creatures, magical biomes. But instead what we got was good wizard against bad wizard. Again. And since we're talking about representation, instead of adapting the Odyssey for the 50th time, why not give us the Epic of Sundiata Keita? A prince who begins life unable to walk, gets exiled, returns, defeats a sorcerer king, and founds an empire. Tell me that doesn't sound like a movie. Or let's go historical. Instead of the 30th movie about British royalty during World War II, how about Queen Nzinga? A real historical figure, the ruler of Ndongo and Matamba in modern-day Angola. She spent decades resisting the Portuguese expansion. The famous story goes that when Portuguese officials deliberately denied her a chair during negotiations, she ordered an attendant to kneel and sat on their back, placing herself at the same height as the Portuguese governor. Whether every detail happened exactly that way is debated. But the story survived because it perfectly captures who she was. Proud, strategic, unwilling to submit. And honestly, her actual life is even more impressive than the story. She fought the Portuguese for decades. She was a brilliant diplomat, military strategist, political survivor. From a movie perspective, she has everything. Conflict, politics, war, diplomacy, betrayal, and an unforgettable personality. Right? And the human chair story alone is the kind of scene screenwriters spent months trying to invent. And history may have already written it for them. So get Lupita Nyong'o, get some cameras, start filming. This is gold. And it's original. I guess what I'm trying to say is this. Race or gender swapping isn't really the problem. At least not the main one. The real problem are lazy stories, recycled stories, and lazy attempts to solve genuine problems caused by decades of racism and sexism through surface-level representation And that will never be enough. Create diversity through originality. Because if a character can only survive by borrowing someone else's story, then maybe the problem isn't lack of representation, maybe it's lack of imagination. The next Star Wars, the next Lord of the Rings, or the next Black Panther won't come from endlessly recycling the past. It'll come from someone brave enough to create something new. Thank you all for watching. Share your opinions in the comments. What part of the wizarding world would you have loved to see explored? How do you feel about this topic? Let me know. And if you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe.